Real Estate Talk on Smart Talk 1580.
Good morning and welcome again to Real Estate Talk. I'm Dave Pautsch of RE/MAX Integrity. We are live this Saturday broadcasting from Hayden Homes. It's Hayden Homes North Creek grand opening today and tomorrow from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. We're located at 2340 Cluster Oak Avenue Northwest today. We're going to be on the air in our regular real estate time slot today until 11. And then the broadcast is going to shift over to our sister station, KSHO 920, broadcasting live until 2 this afternoon. Folks, hundreds of dollars of prizes, including a grand prize and Oregon Coast getaway. One-night stay at La Quinta Inn and Suites in Newport. Pet-friendly, and a family 4-pack of tickets to the Oregon Coast Aquarium. That's a $200 value. So come on out and visit us here. Again, we are at Hayden Homes North Creek. Pretty easy to get here from Highway 20 between Albany and Corvallis. Head north, that's a right turn onto North Albany Road. West, that's a left turn onto Gibson Hill, and then a right turn onto Crocker. And then left onto Cluster Oak, and you will see the banners, you'll see the tent out front. We are going to be live on the air today until 11 o'clock, and then again, the broadcast is going to shift over to KSHO until 2 this afternoon. And I think Mr. Mike Mason is going to be hosting that. So there's going to be lunch, there's going to be food. Par Lumber is barbecuing lunch today at about noon here, but and I'm throwing my promo in, if you're hungry before that, and you can't make it out to North Creek, you want to taste on us. That's a $10 Quiznos gift card for the first person this hour to email Dave at KGAL.com and mention Taste on Us. That Quiznos gift certificate is for the Albany's Quiznos store. Normally we do the real estate showcase in this particular segment, and I talk about a couple of listings out there, but today, because we are here at Hayden Homes, I'm going to turn the real estate showcase over to my guest, Mr. John Ford. John is with Hayden Enterprises Realty here. He's kind of the sales manager here at this community, or?
I'm the community manager here at North Creek, yes.
Community manager. That's a very impressive title, John.
It is. I had to work hard to get that.
Well, I know, and you know, you've been working with Hayden Homes for quite a few years. So
I've been with Hayden Homes since 2009. Started out in our Clover Ridge community across town, but kind of getting my hands in all of what's going on in Albany these days.
Well, good. Well, tell us a little bit. I'm going to turn the real estate showcase over to you. Why don't you tell us about a couple of the homes here?
Well, we'll start off with the model home that we're in today. It's our Stone Ridge model. It's a 2,026 square foot home. Features, actually in this home, have a bonus room above the garage, which puts that square footage a little bit over 2,400 square feet, so you get a lot of extra space there. Plus, third car bay in the garage, so you have a little extra space to park that nice car you've been working on for a while, and then honey wants to get it out of the driveway.
I'm thinking home theater.
That will work too. But it's a great floor plan for those that have kids and want a little bit of space. It's a 3-bedroom with a den in this particular model home. The standard feature would come with a formal dining room that can be converted to a den or a bedroom downstairs. The kitchen is spacious, so if you're a cook, I think it's going to be a lot of great counter space for you, and granite countertops, hardwood floors. So.
Very nice. And what's the list price on it, John?
This house right now is listed at $275.
$275. And you've got some other floor plans out here. Can you tell us about maybe one of your single-story floor plans?
Sure. One of our popular floor plans is a 1,408 square foot home. It's the Edgewood model. 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Starts at $172,990. Just a really functional home. 2 bedrooms on one side of the house, master bedroom on the opposite side. So if you need to put the kids aside for a little while and not have to hear the noise and the music, you can do that in that home.
Awesome. Tremendous. Well, thanks, John. And we're going to talk a lot about Hayden Homes in the upcoming segment, folks, but there are, just very quickly, how many different floor plans do we have standing right now that people can walk through out here at North Creek?
Right now, I currently have 3 different floor plans that can be viewed that are finished. A total of 8 plans out here altogether.
Okay, so come on out, folks. Visit with us. We are at Hayden Homes North Creek grand opening today and tomorrow, 11 to 6. We will be here on Real Estate Talk until 11 o'clock today. And then KSHO is broadcasting until 2. Lots of events going on. Again, there's going to be prizes. One of them is a one-night stay at the La Quinta Inn and Suites in Newport and a family 4-pack of tickets to the Oregon Coast Aquarium. Par Lumber is going to be barbecue and lunch about noon. And we're going to be talking with John Ford more about what's going on at Hayden Homes. But before we close this segment, I do want to take just a few seconds to remind you about Homes for Heroes. This is a national program that offers rewards to our local heroes for their service when buying, selling, or refinancing real estate. When a hero works with an affiliated real estate professional and or a lender affiliate, they will receive that reward from the national organization after they close the transaction. Heroes in our community include active duty and retired military, police and peace officers, sheriffs, first responders, nurses, other medical professionals, and teachers and educators. Folks, if you are a hero, or if you know a hero who serves our community in one of these areas, go to www.homesforheroes.com and sign up, because service, my friends, deserves its rewards. I'm Dave Pautsch of RE/MAX Integrity. We are here at the grand opening of North Creek. We will be right back with John Ford talking more about North Creek. This is Real Estate Talk on KGAL.
Corvallis Independent Business Alliance encourages you to support your community.
Chenard's Nursery, Florist, and Landscaping has 29 years of experience serving the Willamette Valley. Chenard's Nursery now has their best selection of the year of fruit, trees, berries, and perennial vegetables. View Chenard's list of spring classes online. Call Chenard's for your spring planting needs. 541-929-3524.
Animal Crackers Pet Supply has the highest quality pet foods and supplies for dogs, cats, birds, and small animals. Animal Crackers Pet Supply is a pet nutrition specialist and the official satellite adoption center for Heartland Humane Society. Locally owned since 1994. Log on to animalcrackerspetsupply.com.
Special occasions, parties, and events locally owned since 1986 for weddings, banquets, birthdays, reunions, and corporate events. Special Occasions offers a wide variety of party rental and retail supplies for any event, large or small. Online at onestoppartyshop.net. Call now. 541-752-7255. 1435 Northwest 9th Street in Corvallis.
Thank you for supporting locally owned independent businesses.
Buying or selling real estate can leave you with a lot of questions.
You found what you're looking for in the perfect house. You know someone else is looking at it too, and that if you don't make an offer today, you might lose it, but your spouse hasn't seen it. What do you do?
Dave Pautsch has the answers, only on Real Estate Talk.
The internet is a great tool for buyers, but which sites are the best? We're live every Saturday talking about what's actually going on in the market here.
Real Estate Talk, Saturday mornings at 10 on 1580 KGAL.
As a member of Consumers Power Electric Cooperative, you get many benefits, including advice and help with the latest in energy efficiency. CPI offers many energy efficiency rebates, including for heat pumps, water heaters, some appliances, and Super Good Sense manufactured homes. Give us a call or find us on the web at cpi.coop. Let CPI help you with your home projects. Consumers Power. Smart, local, connected.
Build Lebanon Trails and the Lebanon Trails Committee invite you to our Roaring River Park Walk, set for Saturday, April 13th. Enjoy a guided hike through the park, Larwood-covered bridge, the fish hatchery, or all three. Stay for drinks, treats, and a free barbecue lunch. Meet us at Roaring River County Park on Fish Hatchery Drive at 10 a.m. Saturday, April 13th. Log on to buildlebanontrails.com for more information. This message made possible by Consumers Power, Inc.
Yard work. Some people love, most people hate it. Now get help that's affordable. Gonzalez Yard Care is not your typical mow, blow, and go corporate operation. Weeding by hand? Yes. Work by the job, the season, or year-round? You bet. Even handyman work as needed and senior discounts. With Gonzalez Yard Care, you get what the big guys offer and a lot more. Call today for a free estimate. Gonzalez Yard Care at 541-926-1412. 926-1412.
Want to really know more? Just point, click, and learn from the Mid-Valley's best website, KGAL.com.
And welcome back to Real Estate Talk. I'm Dave Pautsch of RE/MAX Integrity. We're live this Saturday morning from North Creek. It's Hayden Homes North Creek grand opening. We are at 2340 Cluster Oak Avenue, Northwest in Albany. So out in North Albany, come on out and visit. Lots of good stuff going on today. There's going to be a barbecue by Par Lumber at about noon today. And in the meantime, we are talking with Mr. John Ford. John's the community manager of the North Creek Hayden Homes subdivision out here. By the way, before I get into talking to John, I do want to remind you, K-Show will be broadcasting after we're done here at 11 until 2 p.m. And there are lots of prizes that are going to be available. So you're going to want to come out and get entered in the drawings. The grand prize is a one-night stay at the La Quinta Inn and Suites in Newport. So come on out, visit with us, have a little food, see some beautiful homes. So, John, again, thanks for having KGAL Radio and K-Show out here today.
Thanks for being out here, Dave.
Big stuff, grand opening of a new neighborhood. It's really nice to see new construction going on again. I mean, we had a couple of years where Hayden was really kind of the only builder building, and you guys have been very consistent throughout. It's nice to see you opening yet another new neighborhood.
It's been very fortunate to be able to continue to build in the Albany area, especially. Hayden Homes is really into Albany. They have several communities that they have built here basically since 2002. So they're pretty invested in Albany, and they want to stick around here as long as they can.
So what's going on here at North Creek?
Well, we've got a lot going on up here. First of all, we'll be building over 60 homes up here by the time we're all said and done in at least this phase, and there's potential for future phases, so we'll just have to hold on and see what happens there. But a lot of good stuff going on. Since our opening officially in the first part of February, sales have just been really good for us up here. So a lot of different floor plans from 1,408 square feet all the way up to 3,200 square feet. So kind of anything in between there if you're looking for a home.
Well, that's tremendous. And the price ranges, obviously based on square footage, but what's the general range you're looking at?
So you could be looking, again, we start at $172,990 for our 1,408 square foot home. And if you're looking for a larger home, we're going to go on up to $249,990 for that 3,200 square foot home.
And you've got a variety of floor plans. You've got some single story, some two-story homes, three-car garages, kind of the whole mix. Can you walk us through maybe some of the different floor plans in general?
Sure. So we have essentially 4 single-level homes out here that you can choose from if you're into the single level. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath. So again, a wide variety of options for you would depend on your needs. And the layouts are just going to be completely different. So if you're into a home that's got more living space, it's going to be really suitable for having the family around, open plan. We have that. We have 2-story homes where a lot of the living space is maybe going to be upstairs for you, or like this home that we're in, our model home, the Stone Ridge, a lot of great living space downstairs.
So when I first got into real estate back in 2005, I remember Hayden Homes was building, the Chartwell Station neighborhood was in progress, and you were starting out in Clover Ridge not too long after that. And I actually showed quite a bit of the Hayden Homes and sold a few of them, and I became fairly familiar with the floor plans. But you've changed them all. You guys are continuing to adapt the floor plans, and is that based on feedback from your clients, or how does that come about?
Yes, one of the great things about Hayden Homes is that they are really in tune with feedback from their homeowners. So any changes that are made are typically brought forth by suggestions made from our buyers after they've lived in the home for a while and have been able to see the utilization of the home, and if there's anything that they could suggest that might make that a little bit better, they really take heart to that.
Because I always liked the Klamath floor plan. That was always...
Oh, yes, the Klamath.
Are you building that out here?
In Albany, we're not building that one right now anymore. That is still in our lineup in other areas that Hayden Homes builds in, but unfortunately, the Klamath is retired in Albany for now.
But you have a variation of that one that's coming out here?
We have a variation. It's called the Hudson. It's a 1,574 square foot home.
You named it after a car from the 60s?
I'm exactly sure that's what they were doing. But yeah, it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath again, and it's a little bit different than the Klamath, of course. It's a rear living room home, whereas the Klamath was more of a central living room home. So if you don't want to have any worries about watching TV late at night and people driving by and headlights in your windows, that's the home for you.
There you go. So I know a lot of our listeners are sitting here thinking, okay, they've got 3 houses that we can walk through, but gee, I want to buy a house now. You know, I want to get into a house now. How long does it take from ready, set, go until that house is ready to move into? What's the building process?
So we're approximately 120 days from the time that we get an accepted contract in place and the permits and all that go through. So it's a very smooth transition from the time we meet with you and your agent to get the contract in place, to set up our pre-construction meeting, which is where we all get to sit around and discuss how we're going to put your home together. Once that is completed, then we're looking, again, about 100 to 120 days to get that process going and get you moved into your house.
So let's talk about that process. I mean, I think, again, a lot of our listeners are unaware of exactly how it works with a new construction, build your own house. So can you talk us through from the time a client walks in with their agent through the door and says, we would like to build, this is the Stone
Ridge.
The Stone Ridge floor plan on lot 71.
Very, very smooth. Again, one of the great things about Hayden Homes is there's no construction loans. So you can go down to your local bank, whomever you bank with or you've done loans with before, and you can get a loan. And that's basically the kind of the genesis of getting things going, as you well know, in real estate. We want to know how much we can afford. So once that's in place, you come out here with your agent, we sit down, we find a floor plan that you like, we find a home site that you like, and we get a contract. It's kind of done in a three-part process. We write up the initial contract with the base price of the home, and if there's a premium on that home site, we're going to add that into that as well.
Well, let me interrupt. What kind of things would cause an individual home site to have a premium cost to it?
Great question. So,
thank you. That's what I get paid for.
So a home site might have a premium if it's a larger home site, say 9,000-10,000 square foot. It's going to be
sure.
a sought after home site. If it's going to be one of a few that's going to accommodate an RV pad, that's going to be something else that's going to trigger a home site.
And roughly,
premium.
What do those premiums tend to run?
We can have them anywhere from 1,500 to I've got some large lots with nothing in behind them that are 5,000.
Okay. Fairly reasonable, I think, in terms of the value added there. So again, so you pick a home site, you pick a floor plan. I'm sorry, I want to get back to the process.
No problem. So once we get that in place and we get that mutually accepted contract with the base price and all that up front, then we schedule a time to get together for that pre-construction meeting. Again, that's going to be the time where we pick out all the goodies in the house.
And that's something I really do want for you to expand upon is what options are available, and also maybe clarify for the listeners what options aren't available, because I know you get asked this question a lot.
Sure. Well, one of the first things is Hayden Homes is not a custom builder, so throwing that out there, we're not going to build it to your liking per se. Each floor plan is going to have some variation of options that you can alter. Say, again, if you want to turn a bedroom into a den, or if you want to add a bonus room, if it's available on that home, we can do that too. You'll know up front what options are going to be available structurally for you to do with your home. Essentially, once you get into the colors inside of the house, the cabinets, the flooring, the countertops, it's kind of a wide range. We do have set options for you to choose from, but there's a multiple options for you to choose from within that.
And there are tiers, if I understand it. I mean, you have those options that are within the standard tier, and then there's an upgraded level, and then there's kind of an even further upgraded level, right?
Absolutely. So, again, if your taste is granite countertops and you want the hardwood floors throughout, then yeah, we're going to be talking something a little bit upgraded there versus our laminate countertops, which come inclusively with our homes, or the vinyl flooring and kitchen and baths that's inclusively provided in our homes.
And what's standard and what's an option may be actually different from neighborhood to neighborhood. Is that true too?
Absolutely. So each neighborhood is going to essentially be provided with options that are conducive to the surrounding neighborhoods that it's in. So if here at North Creek we're surrounded by a little bit more upgraded options with the hardwood and the granite, because that's what the homes are providing around us here. So we want to try to stay in tune with the communities that's surrounding.
Now, are there time frames? Do you have to make all the choices up front there in that pre-meeting, or are there any opportunities to change your mind, or maybe make other choices or include other options later on?
Well, once we get to that pre-construction meeting, which again comes within 10 days of the mutual accepted contract, once we get that done, essentially, we want to encourage people to try to make up their mind at that point, because essentially everything goes into production from that point forward. So ordering of your cabinets, of your flooring, all that stuff goes in almost simultaneously from the time we click the button and say, this is your house. So there may be some leniency on that, but that's something to visit with the community manager, whatever community you're visiting.
Okay, because first of all, let me say this. I love my wife, but my wife and I think this is probably true of a lot of couples, could probably not build a house successful because our decision-making processes are a little bit different. I could look at a piece of tile and go, yep, I like that tile, let's pick that one. When my wife is a little more, she would agonize over it more. So forcing her to make all these decisions in one day would kill her. So you find that?
It happens. It absolutely happens. And you know, if that's the case, I usually try to bring people in ahead of time to give them a little extra opportunity to really see everything available to them, to get them kind of thinking where they want to go with their options inside. Because again, once we get to that pre-construction meeting, we really want to keep within that 120 build time days. So any slowdown from that could essentially slow down the process of getting the people into their home.
And budget really comes into play during that meeting too, doesn't it? I mean, a lot of people, they start out with the base price and then they have a budget in their mind maybe for the upgrades that they want to add, but you've got to pick and choose because each of those upgrades comes at an additional cost.
Absolutely. So one of the things that we require is to have that pre-approval letter in hand when we get together for the pre-construction meeting. That way we know exactly what our budget is that we're dealing with. Eyes are always bigger than the stomach.
Yeah, that's very true.
So,
and I don't want to tie you to quotations and things that could come back to haunt you, but can you give us some idea of what maybe some of the upgrade options, what price ranges you're looking at for some of the different very common upgrades?
Sure. Right off the top of my head, you know, our gas fireplaces is something that's not inclusively provided in our homes, but is something that's very popular. And you'll be looking $34.50 to $37.50 on a gas fireplace. Granite countertops, again, is one that's pretty popular, but each floor plan is going to bring a different price. So you might be looking at a very approximate price range, you know, $3,500 to add granite. So
air conditioning right around $3,000, $3,500, something like that?
Yeah, you're looking at $34.50 for that.
I know another common one that I've had a lot of buyers ask for is fencing. Fencing is not inclusive in the price of the house, but it's certainly available for Hayden to do. What's that run?
Fencing again is going to be $21 a lineal foot. So again, depending on the home site and the home that we have on there, that's going to be your variation there. And I do need to make a correction. The gas fireplaces, I misquoted that. $2,700 approximately, and I said $3,700.
Oh, well, we just saved $1,000 for all you people out there, so you got to feel good about that. We've got a couple of minutes before the break, and we're talking about the buying process when somebody is building a house. As a realtor myself, and I've worked in new construction, can we talk a little bit about the role of your agent or the buyer's agent in that process? Because from my personal experience, and it's not exclusive to Hayden or any of the other local builders, sometimes it's really hard for us to stay involved in that process because the buyers tend to want to talk directly to the representatives of the builder about, well, I want this change or I want that change, and all along the process. How does that work? What's the role of the buyer's agent?
Well, the buyer's agents are very important, I feel, especially when you've got someone who's just, maybe this is their first time dealing with new construction, to kind of help be a buffer in that process, because as a real estate professional, you've dealt with new construction before as well as I. This is what I do on a daily basis, but you can help me relay the proper information to your clients. Once we get through the contractual portion of it, yeah, there does seem to be some disconnect between the builder and the buyer's agent. But again, I do my best to make sure that they're included in everything, just again, so that they know exactly where we are in process.
Well, in my opinion, it's mostly the fault of the buyers who unintentionally short-circuit their agent by they want to go watch the house being built. They're
Absolutely.
out there on the site and they want to go look inside. They want to see how things are progressing. And they start asking the agent on site, well, what's the status of this? And then things get said and you end up out of the loop.
Absolutely. It happens all the time. Again, we try very, very hard to make sure that we don't disconnect from the buyer's agent, and so if that happens, we'll answer their questions. I mean, we're not here to shove them out of our way, but at the same token, we try to be very, very cautious and make sure that their buyer's agent is involved in the process.
And that's good. And you actually, and I've heard you say this before, you actually prefer when buyers come in with their own agent as opposed to just coming in and buying directly from you.
Well, it does make the process a little easier, like I say. Sometimes we can relay the information, but you maybe have a better relationship because you worked with these people before. So if you bring them in, they're more apt to listen to you. It's kind of the parent syndrome. They're going to listen to one parent sometimes more than the other.
So, again, we got just about a minute or so before I want to take a break. The question that I get asked most often by buyers when we're talking about buying new construction, whether it's to build it or whether it's to buy a house that is already built in a neighborhood, is how negotiable are builders? How negotiable is it in new construction? Can you give us a sense of your perspective on that?
Hayden has done a very good job of keeping pricing very competitive. We try to hold a pretty hard line. Each individual circumstance is going to need to be looked at differently, so I can't speak across the board. But for the most part, there's not a lot of negotiation. And
what I've explained to my buyers, I think, is along the lines of that, is for a builder, when you are building a house today and a house next week and a house the week after that, any time you move on price below the market, I mean, the market ultimately sets the price, you are affecting the appraisal and the market for the next 10 or 12 houses that you're going to sell. So I think, and that's the way I explain it to my buyers, it's why you tend to stay very strong on price, but sometimes the negotiations, would you say it's maybe easier to negotiate on stuff?
Again, it's hard to say. Each circumstance is different, but
I'm not trying to pin you down here.
But yeah, it's definitely something to talk to your community manager and your buyer's agent about.
Okay, John, again, we are at Hayden Homes, North Creek. It is the grand opening today. We're going to be live on the air until 11 o'clock, and then broadcast is going to shift over to our sister station, KSHO. They'll be live till 2. Lots of prizes. There's a barbecue going on about noon. Come on out and visit. Like I said, there's some great grand prizes, folks. We're going to take a break, and we're going to continue with John Ford here at North Creek, Hayden Homes. I'm Dave Pautsch of RE/MAX Integrity, and this is Real Estate Talk.
Have you given up trying to lose weight? If it seems like nothing delivers on its promises or works for the long term, look to Family Chiropractic Wellness Center. Family Chiropractic Wellness Center at 541 Park Street in Lebanon can change your mind and change your life. Attend a free workshop and learn about a comprehensive weight management program that has been recommended by over 20,000 doctors since 1980. The program includes the free guidance of a care support and a network of like-minded individuals. You'll soon be on your way to reaching your goal weight and learning how to maintain it. Call Dr. Ron Clifton's office right now at 541-451-1290 to get started. Reserve your free admission to one of the workshops by visiting Family Chiropractic Wellness Center at 541 Park Street. Just look for the time and temperature sign or call 451-1290. Call now, 451-1290. The Family Chiropractic Wellness Center. Chiropractic, a natural way to grow. Call 541-451-1290.
2 stages, 22 shows, 1 sweet weekend. The Oregon Jamboree in Sweet Home, presented by South Pacific Auto Sales, is turning 21. And we're celebrating with Toby Keith, Ruth Bryant, Wyoko, Kip Moore, Jared Neiman, and so many more. Made in America. August 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Get tickets at early bird prices right now. The Oregon Jamboree, presented by South Pacific Auto Sales.
So, what do you think of Crabtree Auto Repair in Albany?
Crabtree has been working on my 88 Chevy truck since the mid-90s, and they've made her purr like she just came off the showroom floor. I see no reason that my truck shouldn't see 200,000 miles plus thanks to Crabtree.
I've been a customer for over 10 years, and whether it's a scheduled maintenance or an emergency, Crabtree Auto has always been there for my family and me.
Check them out online and see some of those recommendations for yourself at CrabtreeAutorepair.com. AAA approved Crabtree Automotive on Hill Street, just south of 9th in Albany.
When you make coffee, step into a hot shower, fix dinner, or listen to your radio, electricity has played a part. Consumers Power wants to help you be a smart user of electricity throughout your home, from construction design to heating to the most efficient lighting and home appliances. Call CPI today for details on how its rebates for energy efficiency can help save you money. Consumers Power. Smart. Local. Connected.
Build Lebanon Trails and the Lebanon Trails Committee invite you to our Roaring River Park Walk, set for Saturday, April 13th. Enjoy a guided hike through the park, Larwood-covered bridge, the fish hatchery, or all three. Stay for drinks, treats, and a free barbecue lunch. Meet us at Roaring River County Park on Fish Hatchery Drive at 10 a.m. Saturday, April 13th. Log on to buildlebanontrails.com for more information. This message made possible by Consumers Power, Inc.
Health Talk with Dr. Bob Martin. Sunday mornings on News Talk 1580, KGAL.
Welcome back to Real Estate Talk. I'm Dave Pautsch of RE/MAX Integrity. We are live today from North Creek. It's Hayden Homes' grand opening at North Creek. We're going to be on the air until 11 o'clock, and then the broadcast is going to shift over to KSHO, and Mike Mason will be here till 2 p.m. Hundreds and hundreds of dollars of prizes today, including a grand prize, Oregon Coast Getaway. One-night stay at La Quinta Inn and Suites in Newport. That's a pet-friendly family 4-pack of tickets to the Oregon Coast Aquarium. That's a $200 value. Also, if you come out today and you're here before 2 and you just mentioned that you heard Dave Pautsch on Real Estate Talk this morning talking about it, Mike just told me he'll make sure that you get at least one of the prizes. And there's a lot of prizes. Albany's Figaro Pizza coupons, Albany Corvallis Domino's Pizza, Burgerville gift cards, Lynn Lane Food and Bowling gift certificates, and more. So all of that's available. All you got to do is come out and say, hey, I heard Dave Pautsch talk about it, and see Mike Mason, and he will hook you right up. Because, ladies and gentlemen, that's the way we roll right here on KGAL K-Show Radio. So, again, I apologize if you hear my voice cracking a little bit. I was in San Diego over spring break. That's why I was not live last week. And first of all, I have to apologize to John Ford, who's sitting here with me, who was supposed to be my guest last Saturday. But we were driving back from California, and we just didn't make it in time, so they ran that pre-recorded show. So, John, I apologize. I promise you got a spot coming up on the show here next week or the week after, I guarantee it.
That's all right, Dave. Thank you.
So, and also, I caught my daughter's cold on the way back, so my voice is cracking a little bit today, and so I apologize if that doesn't sound like Dave. Well, it is. It's just Dave with a cold. Again, Par Lumber's barbecuing here right about noon, right, John?
Yeah, we should be getting going. They're out there setting up their trailer right now. They haven't smelled the food yet.
Well, I have a cold. I can't smell anything, but I love me some barbecue.
Yes.
So, Hayden Homes, North Creek, beautiful neighborhood out here in North Albany. It's off of Cluster Oak Drive, which is off of Crocker Drive.
Yes.
Okay. So, and I drove here, so I know that. I just couldn't think of the street name. So, nice neighborhood. And how many homes again are we building?
We'll be building just over 60 homes when we're all said and done out here.
And 8 different floor plans.
Correct.
2-story floor plans. And again, talk to us about price ranges. We'll recap in case anybody's just tuning in.
Sure. So our starting prices out here, 1,400 square foot home, $172,990. We have all sizes in between, 1,574. We've got a 1,743, 1,800 square foot single level, which is awesome. It's hard to find a single level with that much space. But to beat that, I've also got a 2,046 square foot single level, 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath. Awesome.
I want it. How much is it?
That one's going to start you out at $229,990.
Sounds awesome, because that's what I need. You know, you talk about an old guy like me, I need a single-story home because my knees don't do the steps very well anymore.
Right, yeah.
But I don't want to give up space, so that's a great deal. And you've got lot sizes ranging from a 1/4 acre maybe down to...
Give or take, yeah. I've got right now, the average is going to be right around 5,000, 5,500 square feet. And then there will be some lots coming available here towards the end of summertime that are going to be quite large, 9,000, 10,000 square feet.
And obviously it's going to be dependent on pace of sales. I think we all think the market is picking up, so sales with as little inventory as we have out here, new construction inventory, very popular. How long do you think North Creek is probably going to be available? Is this a 2-year project, a 5-year project? Will be done in 6 months? What do you think?
You know, at the pace we're going right now, I mean, again, even before we opened up the community officially, you know, we had already booked 4 sales. So that right there leads me to believe that we're not going to be here that long. If we're here a full year, year and a half, you know, I would be surprised.
Okay, so come on out today, folks, and check it out. Again, prizes available, some free, beautiful floor plans to take a look at, some barbecue going on. Kind of back to business, though, for a second, John. You talked, when we were talking about the process of buying a new home, a new construction home, a kind of a build it, design it yourself within the constraints of Hayden. There are also what anybody would call spec houses being built. You're putting up homes. Are they just straight stick, or are you choosing which of the options and upgrades to put in them?
We do have the ability, as we're releasing those community managers, we choose which home we're going to put on which home site as a spec. Within that, then we get the privilege of being able to pick out the color features inside the home. Kind of a range of different options so that we have something for everybody when they come out here and they need something sooner than that 120 days.
So buying and again, I'm using the term spec home, and I don't know if that's really the right
We'll call
term.
them inventory.
Inventory homes, there you go. They are going to come with a mix of different of the options and upgrades put into them. They're not all going to be absolute low baseline.
Correct, yeah. Well, we're going to try to get a good mix. So again, when somebody comes through here, our community here, they can see live the features and decide for themselves which is going to be the best fit for them. Some people, again, like the granite. Some people don't like granite, so we don't want to always put that in. Laminate, again, for countertops, something that not everybody likes. Gas stoves versus electric stoves. We're going to try to get a good mix out there so that somebody has quite a few options when they come out here and say, hey, I need to move in within 30 to 45 days. What do you have?
Great. Now, another thing that you had mentioned when we were talking about the process was the lending. It's just standard buyer financing. Use whatever lender you want, but you actually do have a lending arm affiliated with Hayden Homes, correct?
Absolutely. Cornerstone Lending Group is our affiliated lender in-house. So if you don't have somebody that you're currently working with and you need a lender to speak to, we can definitely guide you to that person at Cornerstone, and they'll help you out. The nice thing about using Cornerstone is they do their best to make the process very smooth and easy. You know, they've done hundreds of thousands of loans for us, so they know what we're looking for, and we know what they need from us, so we can keep that ball rolling in the process of the build. And even if we're doing a short term closing where we have a spec home that's already ready to go, they know what to do.
So one of the things I've run into with some builders, they actually will require you to qualify with their lender, even though you may have your own. Is that a requirement here at Hayden?
We don't ever require you to do that unless you're doing a special program. We have money match program, which is for those people who don't quite have their down payment saved up yet. So that's an option that they can get a home underway and still be able to bank their down payment. And that would be one of these circumstances which we would require you to use our lender, because we just want to have that assurance.
Right. Does Cornerstone offer any incentives or things like that? I know sometimes they'll offer maybe some contribution towards closing costs or something like that.
Sure. Yeah, it just depends on when you're visiting with them, and they come and go. And sometimes it'll be, if you use Cornerstone, Hayden Homes will contribute closing costs. Sometimes it'll be they'll pay for your appraisal. So again, just kind of happens to depend on when you contact them and what's happening at that moment.
So John, I want to spend a little bit more time talking about the different floor plans and the different options that are available out here for Hayden. We'll do like a little Hayden infomercial,
okay,
if you will.
Okay.
So we are sitting in the Stone Ridge floor plan.
Yes.
And the Stone Ridge, you said it's a 3-bedroom with an option for a 4th bedroom?
Yeah, it comes with 3-bedroom standard. Downstairs is a formal dining room that can be converted to a den or a bedroom. Right now in this particular home, it's a den for us. That's my office space. But it's also got a closet. So regardless of how you go, you're going to have that 4th bedroom.
It could be a bedroom.
Absolutely.
Now, I'm looking across, and I'm sitting facing into the living room, family room, I guess. There's a gas fireplace there, and then to the right of that, which I think is a really cool feature, there's a built-in desk. I really like that particular feature. Is that a standard, or is that an upgrade?
That would be something that you would be able to add into the home if you built the house. It doesn't come standard. It is a great feature, though, and I think a lot of people who have built the Stone Ridge have added that particular feature at the end of the hallway.
I mean, it's a great place for, day-to-day management of your bills and your stuff like that. It's also a great place to have your kids doing their homework, so that when they're on the computer, you can see what they're doing, as opposed to them taking it up to their room.
Exactly.
So this one has a 3-car garage, and you said there's a possibility. Is the bonus room above the garage always finished?
It is. It's always a finished bonus area, and when you go up the stairs, you're going to enter right into the bonus room, which is a great, great deal. Again, it's not completely enclosed, so if you send your kids up there, you can still keep one eye on them.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you the question, and I know the answer to this question, John, but I'm going to ask you because I know you get asked all the time. So a chance to answer the question on the air. Is it possible to leave the bonus room unfinished, reduce the price of the house, and then I can finish it myself after I buy it?
Sure, I love that question, Dave. The answer is no.
And I knew that was the answer.
Yeah, we're no longer allowed to leave them unfinished. There was a time when we could do that, but code has required us to only do finished bonuses.
Right, which, again, there's so many reasons why that is the right answer, but I get asked it all the time, and I know you get asked it all the time. Backyards. I'm looking at the Stone Ridge, the house that we're sitting in, the model home. There's a couple of things that are significantly different. One is the garage, or 2 of the 3 car bays have been converted into your design center.
Correct.
And that'll be converted back, assuming the homeowner wants that, into a 3-car garage when they buy it, when the neighborhood sells out.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
The other thing is there's beautiful grass in the backyard, John. It looks like there was sod laid down. It's beautifully mowed, and that's not a standard feature, is it?
That is not. In new construction with Hayden Homes, the backyards are left with a rough grade, with landscaping available to have put in for you there. So definitely, if you're a green thumb, it's a great option for you to mess with your own backyard and make it the way you want it. But if you're looking for a low maintenance and you just want it done when you move in, we can absolutely do it for you.
Now, the front yard is landscaped.
Always landscaped with underground sprinklers. We really do that so that you don't have to worry about your neighbors getting their front yard done, and it just provides a better streetscape for everyone in the neighborhood.
And I think most new construction does that. Very few do the backyards, and I've had some buyers over the years complain to me about that. And I think the right answer is they leave it undone because they can't make it the way you want it 100% of the time. Every buyer wants their own backyard their own way.
Absolutely. And we do. We have a pretty standard way that we do it. All home sites are going to be a little bit different, and so our landscapers do a wonderful job of trying to make it, very in tune with the neighborhood. But yeah, if you have something specific that you want done with your backyard, it's just a clean slate.
Now, one of the things I really like about this floor plan is this covered patio area.
Yes.
I think that's a really nice feature.
It is, and it's something that is available. Again, doesn't come standard with our homes, but I think it's one of those options that most people in Oregon especially might choose.
Why?
Well, it's not raining right at the moment, Dave, but I'll tell you what.
And it will.
It will.
And it will. So talk us through maybe some of the other floor plans that you've got available. You said there are 8. And I know we've talked a little bit about them before, but maybe hit some highlights for us.
Sure. Again, I'll go back to our snow brush. It's a 2,046 square foot single level. Again, very popular. It's the first time that I've built it in Albany here, so I'm actually becoming very acclimated to it myself right now. Very easy flow. It's got a very easy flow. It's a 4-bedroom, so again, single level with enough space for what you might need and might have only been able to find in a 2-story previously. We're going to be able to offer you that in a single level. It's got a great kitchen with an island in the middle there. So if you're a cook or you like to mess around with baking, it's a great flow, and you're going to have all the space you need.
You're using those technical terms, messing around with baking.
Right. Well, since I'm not a baker myself, Dave,
baking is science. Baking is science. Cooking is art. Baking is science.
Got it.
Yeah. So you don't mess around with pie, dude. I'm a fat guy. You do not mess around with pie.
So going back to the snow brush, the master suite is separated from the remainder of the bedrooms. So again, it gives a little bit of tranquility and quiet from everybody else. It comes with a soaking tub and a stand-up shower inclusively. So kind of something for everybody.
Very nice. And other smaller 2-story floor plans?
The smaller 2-story is my Middleton. Again, it's 1,743 square feet. Very livable. Kitchen is open. It's a great room feel with a bar right there in front of the kitchen. Pantry. Very user-friendly. Upstairs is the other 3 bedrooms. You got a half bath downstairs and then the other 2 upstairs.
And the baseline price on that?
We're going to start you on that one at $199.90.
$199.90. Did I say that right?
$190,990.
Oh, that's even better.
Exactly.
I just saved you $9,000, folks. That's the way we do it right here. So, again, lots of options. And what 3 floor plans are built and ready to walk into if somebody walks out here today?
Today, you can see our model home again, which is the Stone Ridge, and I actually do have another inventory home, which is a Stone Ridge without the bonus room, so if you're not looking for quite that much space, we have that available for you to look at. Got my Hudson, again, which is the 1,574 square foot home, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. That is a great home. It's got a gas fireplace. It's got tile countertops. Wonderful home, stand-up shower in the master, so again, just a very, very livable home. And then you can also view, it's kind of a specialty home because we had a special lot. It's called My Canyon, and it's 1,201 square feet. So if you're looking for something a little bit smaller, not as much upkeep, I've got that for you here too. Gas fireplace, tile counters, and it's got a stand-up shower as well.
And the price on that one, John?
Dave, that one today for you is going to be $169,990.
Great price. So I want to close out the show. We have to shift here to the real estate market update here in just a couple of minutes. But I want to close out our section here and give you some time to talk about what I think is a really great thing that Hayden does in terms of giving back. And that's your foundation. Your first, what is it?
First Story.
First Story. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Absolutely. It is something that's very, very near and dear to Hayden Homes. Our founder, Bob Watson, really had a passion for giving back to the community, and that tradition has been carried on by his son, Hayden, who is Hayden Homes. And what that entails is everyone who purchases a Hayden home gets to be involved with contributing to this wonderful organization, the First Story Foundation. Their goal is to provide for communities, the communities that we build in, whether it be through grant or through building homes and then providing grant homes. We are gearing up to do another grant home here in Albany. We just completed the family selection process, so we're going to be able to provide a home for a family who is definitely deserving and in need to move into that, hopefully by the first part of fall next year. So very, very wonderful organization. Proceeds from any subsequent sales of a Hayden home directly go to the charitable foundation, so you get to be a part of that giving.
That's written into the deed.
That is correct.
Right. So when you buy the home, when you sell the home, there's a little piece, and it's not an onerous amount of money. It's just a little piece that goes back to
very,
First.
very, very minuscule. It's 0.0125% of the sale price of the home. So very, very small. $200,000, $200. Not much.
Wow. John, again, thank you so much for spending some time with us and for inviting us to be part of your grand opening.
Thank you for coming out.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can be part of the grand opening, too. They're going to be here until 6 o'clock today. We'll be broadcasting live after this on K-Show Radio until 2. That'll be Mike Mason. Lots of prizes available for you, including a grand prize, Oregon Coast Getaway, one-night stay at La Quinta Inn and Suites in Newport. Family 4-pack of tickets to the Oregon Coast Aquarium. Also, lots of other prizes available. If you're a business person, free commercials for business. There's going to be a drawing. Albany's Figaro's Pizza certificates, Domino's certificates, family 4-pack to the Oregon Coast Aquarium, Burgerville gift certificate. Folks, we've got it all. Come on out. Visit with us. Go bowling at Lynn Lanes. There's a gift certificate being drawn for that, too. Again, Mike will be here until 2 after we're done broadcasting live. We're going to take a break right now. We'll come back and wrap up the show with the real estate market update. This is Real Estate Talk on KGAL.
The Lebanon Public Library Update, brought to you by the John Dinges Landscape Company, building beautiful landscapes in the valley for over 35 years.
This is Carol with what's happening at your library. The Lebanon Public Library will again recognize National Library Week with Food for Fines, April 15th to 27th. This is a great time to get rid of those overdue fines by bringing one item of non-perishable food for every $1 in fines. All food will be given to Fish of Lebanon to be distributed to local families in need. And on April 27th, the Friends of the Lebanon Public Library will hold their monthly used book sale at the Lebanon Senior Center from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Be sure to stop by to find some great bargains on books and help them support library programs and resources. For more information, find a link to our website on kgal.com and kshow.net or call us at 541-258-4926.
Listen every day for the Lebanon Public Library Updates, brought to you by the John Dinges Landscape Company.
Fisher Funeral Home has been the trusted name in funeral services since 1912. Many have asked about cremation services. And yes, Fisher provides cremation options with the same compassionate, dignified service as they always have with traditional burial services. Cremation is not a part of their name, but cremation is one of the many choices you have when you work with a full-service funeral home like Fisher. Cremation can be done simply and with dignity, or patterned more as a traditional service with viewing and a funeral service followed by cremation. Fisher Funeral Home is trained to help you plan the memorial that pays tribute to a life well lived. Whether your choice is cremation or burial, see them to discuss your options. Fisher staff will give you the information you need to make decisions on your terms at your pace. Fisher Funeral Home in downtown Albany, the trusted name in funeral services for the Mid-Valley since 1912.
Hi folks, Jay Farner here, president of Quicken Loans. We're thrilled to have helped over 125,000 homeowners save money by refinancing with HARP. But there are millions more of you who could be saving big money on your home loans by getting HARPed. With HARP, you may be able to refinance with Quicken Loans even if your home has lost value. For example, if you owe $300,000 on your mortgage, but your home's only worth $150,000, Quicken Loans may still be able to help you get HARPed and start saving. Or if your current mortgage is higher than 3.99%, give us a call today at 800-QUICKEN. And for 3 years in a row now, J.D. Power & Associates has ranked Quicken Loans highest in the nation in customer satisfaction for primary mortgage origination. Once again, if your current mortgage is higher than 3.99%, or if you owe more than your home is worth, call Quicken Loans today at 800-QUICKEN or go to QuickenLoans.com.
For J.D. Power & Associates award information, visit jdpower.com. Important terms and conditions apply. Call us for cost information. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLS number 3030.
Radio for the Mid-Valley's horse lovers, The Horse Show with Rick Lamb, Sunday mornings at 9 on Smart Talk 1580.
Welcome back to Real Estate Talk. I'm Dave Pautsch of RE/MAX Integrity. Time now for the real estate market update. Let's begin in Corvallis, where inventory is up 6 from our previous report. Today, 123 active listings. The average asking price, $357,784. 89 homes have sold in the last 90 days. That's up 4 in Corvallis. There are currently 4.87 months of inventory. The median sold price in Corvallis over the past 90 days is also up today at $260,000, averaging $158.76 per square foot. Homes are spending an average of 107 days on the market from listing to close of sale. In Lebanon, 67 homes are available for sale today. That is a decrease of 1 from our last update. The median asking price is flat at $156,000. In the previous 90 days, 40 homes, that's even with our last report, that have sold. And the median sold price is up at $126,000, averaging $90.09 per square foot. Homes spend an average of 124 days on the market from listing to close. There is 5.03 months of inventory available. Finally, to Albany, where inventory is down 13 from our previous report. And again, that was 2 weeks ago because it was pre-recorded last week. 190 active residential listings today. The average asking price in Albany is up at $211,469. 117 homes have sold over the past 3 months. That's up 4. And the median sales price is also up at $164,450. Homes spend an average of 131 days on the market from listing to close, and the average dollar per square foot value in Albany is up today at $105.56. There is 4.87 months of inventory available. A couple of things you have to keep in mind with regard to the market update. We are now, our 90-day window of sales is out of the holiday period. It's into, it's into the beginning of January, so we're past Christmas. So we're going to start seeing some of these numbers changing. The other thing is we are really plagued by low inventory right now, and that is affecting the sales, because if there's buyers out there looking, but there's nothing for them to buy, or they can't find a house to buy, that's going to skew the sale numbers down just a little bit. So pay attention to that here in the near future. I do want to remind you all about Willamette Neighborhood Housing Services. If you're just starting the home buying process, take the class. Willamette Neighborhood Housing Services is a great resource to get you educated and smart about the home buying process. And if you're a KGAL K-Show listener and you want to take that class, email me here at realestatetalk@kgal.com. Let me know the date you're signing up, and I'll pay the tuition for you, as long as you're not working with another real estate agent. Finally, I'd like to take just, again, a few seconds to remind you about what I think is a wonderful program. It is called Homes for Heroes. It is a national program that offers rewards to our local heroes for their services when buying, selling, or refinancing a home.
The Mid-Valley home of Smart Talk. This is News Talk 1580 KGAL, Lebanon, Albany, Corvallis.